Hello everybody, my name is Staff Sergeant Opal. Today I'm going to be going over how to use this land navigation website and just give you a quick tutorial. So where we're gonna start is at Google. We're going to type in OE Games Land Navigation, and then we're going to click enter. Once the page loads up, we're going to be looking for oegames.tradoc.army.mil. It should be the first one that pops up. Go ahead and click that. Now at the screen, it gives you two options. You can use the forest course or the desert course. The forest course is more of a beginner's course. The GM angle is minimal and there's a lot of reference points, very wooded, very hilly, and it allows you to utilize all those techniques on how to read the terrain, so on and so forth. The desert level is more intermediate. The GM angle is greater, so you have to convert that azimuth from grid to magnetic, and there's fewer reference points. It's pretty barren out there, but if you're more experienced, you can go ahead and use that one. Before this demonstration, we'll go ahead and use the forest. Alright, now that that is all loaded up, we can go ahead and go to the top left here and click full screen. Down here is your course type. You got randomized, preset courses 1 through 3, and course code. I'm going to go ahead and enter the courses I have already been doing. You guys can use this code if you want, and I'll also show you where you can find the course code if you do like a randomized one, you like it and you want your guys to do it. I'll show you where that is. So that's my course code that I've been using. Down here on the bottom left is your pace count. Go ahead and enter my pace count, and now we're ready to begin our course. Now this next loading screen tells you how to move your character. Alright, every time you load into a course, you're always going to be facing this start point. So before we start plotting and navigating, we'll go over some of the key icons that you guys need to know that will help you plot your points and be able to find that appropriate information to be able to do that. So up here on the top right is your known point or your start point. So it gives you your grid there. To the right of that is your given points. On this particular course, there's 1 through 6 points. Talked about that course code. So if you're in that randomized course, you can find your course code here in this pause menu. It's going to let you exit the game, give up, and continue. Right here is your settings. It just allows you to change some of those user settings like your speed and whatnot. Down here is your PT belt. So if you went your correct distance and you don't see your placard, you can drop that PT belt and utilize your cloverleaf or box method to try to find that. Say you did find your point after you did your cloverleaf or box method, you just press this again and it picks it right back up for you. This is your notepad. I don't use it because it doesn't work on my computer, so instead of using that, I write down all my data on an actual piece of paper. This is your compass. You can move left and right, and it allows you to see what azimuth you're facing. Something that I do is just better and more accurate. I just type it in, press enter, and it automatically orients you into that direction that you entered. This is your map. Top left up here gives you the ability to move your map. This centers your map. Down below that is your zoom capability. Below that is your protractor. This is a 1/50,000 scale map, so we'll be using the top left portion of this protractor. Right here is your distance and your azimuth tool. Go ahead and put that on the map. If you notice at the bottom is your bar scale. The farther I move away, tab number 2 is the farther away, or the more meters on that bar scale on that extended scale. Alright, we put that away. Over here is your points. I use this green flag right here for my known point, and then 1 through We got 1 through 8, but we only have 6 points, so we'll just correlate these numbers with our given points. This is your lock button. You can lock your flags in place so you accidentally don't click and drag them out of the way. As I said in the beginning, this is the forest course, so in this declination diagram, our GM angle is only 0.3, so nothing really to worry about for our land navigating today. Last thing before we start plotting, bottom left here is your pace count. You can see that I already moved around, so it says I took 2 steps. Right here we'll reset that. This is to reset your beads, so every bead is 100 meters until you get to 1,000, so that top bead is 1,000, and then I'll add 100 meter increments. So to reset that is right there. Alright, now that we have gone over all the necessary tools to plot and navigate towards your points, now we can actually do that. So what we're going to do first is plot our given point or a present location. So to do that, we're going to look at this grid right here. We're going to dissect it and find what grid square we are working in. So we're working in the 0, 4, and 0, 5 grid square. So we're going to find 0, 4 down here, work our way up till we meet 0, 5, and that intersects. And then we're going to be working in the one to the top right here. We can go ahead and open our protractor, move that down to that grid square. What I'm going to do is zoom in so I can be as accurate as possible. Alright, and now we need our next set of numbers. So 7, 1, and 4, 2. 7, 1 is telling me I need to move this protractor to the left 7, 1. Making sure it's centered. And now we can use our flag, this green one. And then we're going to move that to 4, 2, using the bottom of that flag post to be right on 4, 2. That looks pretty good right there. We'll lock that flag in and then remove our protractor. So now that we have our known point, now we can plot our given points. So if you're going to do all the points, I suggest you plot all your points right here so you can plan your route, plan your backstops, and do some terrain analysis to be able to accurately and proficiently travel to those given points. Before this demonstration, I'm just going to do point number 3. So we'll go ahead and plot that now. So point number 3, we're looking for a grid square 0, 4, 0, 6. So again, we're going to find our 0, 4, come up to 0, 6 where it intersects, and then the top right is the grid square we're going to be using. And open up that protractor, put that up there, and now the next set of numbers is 48 and 51. So we need to slide to 48. Alright, grab number 3 and go to 51. Right about there. Alright, lock our flags into place. Remove that. So now we have our known point and one of our given points plotted. So now what we need to do is find our distance and direction towards that point so we can accurately navigate there. So we're going to open up this tool again. This number 1 tab is always going to go to your present location. Our present location right now is our known point, and you're going to place it at the bottom of that flag. Number 2 is always goes to your destination, and you put it to the bottom of that flag. As you zoom out, you can see that bar scale is now filled. To the right of the 0 is in 1,000 meter increments. It goes all the way up to 1,000, so I know I'm traveling over a click. To the left of the 0 is your extended scale, which is going to break that down into now, instead of 1,000 meter increments, into 100 meter increments. So now we just have to count the boxes. So that's 100. Doesn't quite fill the 200 meter box, but it looks like it goes right in half. So giving us a total of 1,150 meters that we have to travel from our known point to point number 3. Alright, so since I wrote that down, now we can get our azimuth. To get our azimuth, we're going to keep this tool up, and we're just going to click our protractor. And if you notice, it automatically places that protractor at number 1. So now we can follow that line up to this center box right here. The center box is going to give us our azimuth in degrees. So now we just count where this line intersects. So 345, 46, 47, and it's perfectly on 348. Again, we don't have to do anything with the declination diagram of the GM angle because the GM angle is so small. It's only going to move us left or right just a tad, but not enough to throw us completely off. So now at this point we have our distance and our direction, which is everything that you need to navigate to that point. Something that I like to do, and it's good practice, is just to zoom in and look around and see that kind of like the terrain we're going to be going through. You can see all these contour lines, which should be going up a hill and then down a hill. Should be able to see a slight slope to our right. And then something that I'm really going to look for is this X right here, where all these man-made trails kind of intersect. So we can also find that that distance, just to kind of keep in the back of our head. So I know just over 1,000 meters, I should be seeing that intersection. All right, so now that we have all that information, we can move all the way up to our start point, open up our compass, type in 348, which is our azimuth, enter, and now it's going to orient us, and I can already see that hill that we're already going to be going over. We can lower our compass and start moving. So once this number gets to 64, we're going to go ahead and add a B, again indicating that we went 100 meters. Here's that big hill that was represented on my map. Sloping off to the right. Coming down, with some more roads. Other hill. We're almost at 1,000 meters. Alright, at 1,000 meters, and if you look in the center of the screen, you can already see that that point is right there. And now we can double check and see where we're at. So if we zoom in, again, we're looking for this intersection right here. So we look left and right, we have these two trails come together, and we have these two trails coming together, creating that X. So I know just off to the other side of this road should be our point. So now we can go all the way up there. And as you come up to it, it's a good idea to remember this code that's on that placard. So Yankee Charlie, because this screen right here has got to automatically pop up. You're going to click that and enter your code, Yankee Charlie, and click confirm. Once you have completed all 6 of your given points, the game should automatically end for you, but if it does not end for you, you can go back into this pause menu and click give up, and it's going to give you your score. As you can see here, my recorded score matches the correct point, which is going to give me a green. If you recorded something different other than the correct point, it's obviously going to give you a red, and then it's not going to be the points that you're supposed to get. At this time, this is all the information I have for you guys. I hope you guys learned something. I hope this is a valuable tool to you and your men or women. And if you guys have any questions, you can guys go ahead and give me a text, or you can email me at justinopal20@gmail.com, and I can answer all your questions. If it's a land nav question or just a question on how to use this program, I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. Again, have a good day. Golden Dragons.